Hey, what's happening, everyone? Long-awaited return, but we are back. Today, I'm joined here again with my co-host Colby Mulholland, CTM Cards, and today we have a special guest, Gage, 214 Cards. We're just going to go over the national, kind of a few things that's happening around the league, and let's jump into it, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to say, Colbs? Introduce
Nah.
Gage.
I mean, I can
We've
go
known
ahead and
Gage
give
for
an
a while.
introduction.
Yeah, give an introduction, Gage.
Yeah, so my name is Gage. I am 214 Cards on Instagram. I've been doing Bowman for a good amount of time now, and I've been invited to come talk shop with the boys over some prospect knowledge and stuff we did at the national, etc. So, Sam, you wanna start us off here?
Yeah.
King of niche.
So, first thing on the list today, just going through a few of the headlines around the MLB. Yesterday wrapped up the MLB trade deadline, and there were some interesting moves. There were a good few, some that we'll dive into more so than the others. But number one, a guy that I know I've been buying a little bit of, Dayson Hill was traded to the Blue Jays in the Jeff Hoffman trade, which will be interesting to see. I know Colby's started to kind of take a look at him as I've been on him, so that's probably one of the most exciting moves that
Even that.
um, I've seen.
I mean,
Even
I've
Ronnie.
been quite the fan of Desan as well. He was local to me, a couple of years ago when he got drafted. So I recognized his talent pretty early. I've been waiting for him to get an auto for a while now. I knew that his stuff would play, as a minor leaguer at least, and so that's what we've kind of seen out of him recently. Is his last couple of starts, he's kind of dialed back his control, and he's walking a lot less guys. He's striking out a ton of guys still. So I'm excited to see if he can carry that momentum forward. As a part of the Toronto system now, maybe him and Johnny King can have a couple of solid back-to-back outings. I mean, they both have pretty similar profiles as lefties who can't throw strikes, but we'll see if they can learn thing or two from each other.
Do you
I
guys
think.
do you guys think it's good for his market going to the Blue Jays?
I mean, surely it is, right? Like
Has to be.
you have an entire nation backing you now.
I mean, I think the Twins market's pretty tough. I
Strong too.
think
It is a good
it
market.
doesn't. Yeah, I am kind of building more off what Gage said. I'm really excited to get the chance to see him play when he gets called up to Double A because their team comes and plays in Portland. So that'll be really exciting to see him pitch live.
They're in Buffalo, right? The Double A, or is that the Triple A team?
That's AAA.
Uh, Triple A. I can't remember their Double A
I know
team.
their high A team's in Vancouver. I'm not 100% sure where their double A team is, but
Yeah, the New Hampshire Fisher Cats.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yep.
So be excited to watch
I
them.
remember seeing Sean Keys hit a ton of homers there. Uh,
Yes. Yes. So cool. Colb's take down, or sorry, Gage, take down our next guy.
Yeah, I wanted to chat about Namala to the Angels. I really think the Angels had a great deadline. I honestly anticipated them selling a little bit more than they ended up doing. I think the return for Jose Soriano was great. I mean, he does have an extra year of team control, so I mean that's a price that you're going to have to pay ultimately when you're trying to rebuild. But I think the addition of Namala is a really great addition for them. I mean, there's not a whole lot of prospects that you're going to get for a pitcher like that, and I think they really crush it with that. And then moving Zephyr John to the Cubs for two, really solid, really solid guys, and I think the addition of Mobala, the guy right there, is, I mean, he's probably going to need a little bit more time to get his feet into the sand, but I really think that he could be a productive player for them, whether it's at first base, whether it's a DH or catcher. I think that he can go out there and smack a few homers and do his job and be a productive MLB player, for the Angels for the rest of the year. So I'm really excited to see what the Angels end up doing. Kind of anticipated them moving Neto, but I understand
Mhm.
why they didn't end up doing it in the end. But I'm excited to see where the Angels take this momentum moving forward.
That's what was interesting because if I'm not mistaken, the Angels moved Namala up to Triple A. Um, that was
Is it
kind of
Trash
weird that
Panda?
they, huh?
Is
Trash
it
Panda's
Trash
double A.
Panda?
I think he's still in double A right now.
I
I,
thought I
I
heard he was moved up to Triple,
I wouldn't
but
be
I can Google
surprised
it.
if the Angels rushed him just because
yeah,
of their history, but uh, I'm not 100% sure. I can check right now.
But I'm very surprised acquiring Namala means they didn't move Neto. I don't know. Just very interesting to me. I feel like
he was assigned to Trash Panda. He's in Double A still.
okay, he's still in Double A. Got it. I'm just still very surprised they didn't move him, considering I think they had people who would have paid high on him.
His price was very high, from what I heard.
Still,
it had to have been, man.
Yeah. Our next big trade, something close to home. The Red Sox traded away Anthony Ayenson, Kyson Witherspoon, Azakar, and one other player to be named later. Very disappointing, I'd say, as Sox fans. It wasn't
fucking sucks.
really exciting.
Be blunt about it. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I remember watching when I first heard it came out. I was like, cool. You know, we have a guy who's going to come in, hopefully solidify the catcher spot, which has been such a revolving door for Sox fans the past few years. But then you kind of think about it. It's like, who are we going to give up if this trade goes through? Because it was paused due to medical. The medical team wanted to review it. It's very unfortunate that we gave up a lot of the pieces to get Adley. It definitely feels like an overpay.
It feels like an overpay, but I think it speaks volumes to the way that the Red Sox think they can develop arms. Because, like, we still keep a decent arm in Juan Valera, but I think they've kind of given up on Kyson a little bit. And obviously, Ayenson is the price that we have to pay for Adley.
I mean, being the only non-Sox fan in this, I think that, in fact, that Boston gave up slightly a little bit too much. Like, I feel like that package is someone that you give up for a guy like Skubal or, you know, like another top-tier catcher. You know, if you send that package for a guy like Cal Raleigh, I think nobody's really batting an eye. But a guy like Adley is more, he's not really like that top, you know, 3-tier catcher. I think he's more of like a little bit below that. So I feel like if it was just Ayenson and maybe another guy, like, I feel like that trade still gets done in my eyes, but I think Mike Elias did a great job picking off some of these, you know, exciting younger Boston prospects. I think the addition of Azakar is a really nice get for them. Surprise, because he's not really a household name when it comes to Sox prospects, and I think that his addition as a part of that trade was a really big get for the Orioles, who it seems like are now moving off the white guy with long blonde hair builds. So I'm excited to see how the Orioles are going to develop these pitchers. I mean, they have a bunch of solid arms right now in Double A. I like Caden Hunter. I think that JT Quinn's a solid arm, even though he's in High A. But I think Zero is also another guy that's a really exciting, you know, pitching staff in your minor leagues right now for a team.
Luis De Leon in Triple A.
Yeah, he just got moved to Triple A as well. I think that's a pretty exciting amount of pitchers to have in a farm system with, you know, a team who's kind of struggled to get arms up to the major leagues recently. I'm excited to see what they end up doing with it, but with their history, it may end up not panning out the way it does. But we can revisit this trade in a year's time from now and see where everyone's at from that perspective. Yeah. But all right, let's move on here. Just kind of went on a tangent there, but
no, I agree.
That's what it's for.
this is a trade that we'll definitely have to revisit.
100%.
Yeah, it's going to be us fucking losing because we're only going to have Adley for a year and a half. He's not going to want to sign with us because we're not going to pay him. So,
I mean, we could always
besides the point.
Christian Vasquez to come play
in his age 41 season.
Yeah, just go out there and go get like 15 framing runs and have like a 65 WRC plus.
But hey, all right, the next one on the list. This is pretty exciting. Yeah, George Lombard Jr. was called up.
On this one.
I'm definitely going to. I was on call with you boys when Lombard hit his first home run in his second at bat, and I said, "I'm gonna get paid on this auto."
Sure enough, he did.
Got paid on it, so really exciting to see him called up. I remember this was a card I bought in early February. Have had since, haven't thrown it up for sale, and kind of excited to see him get called up, get a shot. This is a player that I liked watching. I got the chance to see him a little bit in Double A when he played up in Portland, and just thought, wow, his gloves are really smooth, very smooth swing. Just really hope it can translate for him in the major leagues.
So far,
Can't wait
has,
to
so.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the dual brother post as both of them went yard
Yes.
today. So you can anticipate that on all major news outlets here soon.
Maybe they'll forget about Jacob. I doubt it, though.
Probably not. I'm interested to see what the Yankees end up doing with this infield. I mean, with the addition of Luis Garcia as well, it kind of just feels like there's a whole lot of guys, and nobody's really has a spot for sure. I mean, Jazz is going to lock down second, but I mean, I think this might be the end of the road for Volpe if Lombard inevitably feel like he takes his spot. But
it's got to be over.
Yeah.
Well,
it
didn't he get an option to AAA?
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Dominguez got option today.
Yeah, they're pretty well done then, both of them, the pair of them. Who did they bring up in Dominguez's spot?
I think that was Heliot Ramos who was being activated.
Yeah, I think Ramos just assumed his spot. Yeah, they activated Ramos. They also optioned another reliever, and I think that spot went to Garcia.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
How are we feeling on the trade everybody's talking about recently with our favorite team in Los Angeles, Scooball to the Dodgers?
The Dodgers. I just don't understand why a different team didn't pay up more. And that's what everyone's asking themselves, like, the package that they sent, like, how do they convince the Tigers to take River Ryan out of all the pick of prospects?
I mean, I think it's pretty simple. Like, Colby, if they didn't pay him, and another team would have paid him, they would have gotten a 4th round comp pick.
I'm not saying from the Tigers. I'm saying another team trading.
I think what it might be is that a lot of these teams who are leading divisions right now are small market teams, like the Brewers and the Rays and other teams.
Yeah.
Like for example, like
Braves.
these teams they don't spend a whole lot of money. So, mortgaging your future for a guy like Scooball, who you may have a shot at re-signing in the offseason, but that would be one of the largest contracts ever for one of these teams.
True.
If that were to happen, and teams like the Brewers and the Rays who have such deep farms are just not. They just don't want to pony that up because they don't know if they can, pay that price in the offseason. So I mean, I guess it kind of puts the Tigers in a bind where they have to take a quote unquote low ball for. I mean, I'm not saying that hope is bad, but when you saw the notification, you can anticipate that they're getting at least 2 top 100 prospects, and as much as River Ryan is considered a top 100 prospect, I think most baseball fans would agree that he is a little bit undeserving of that spot. So I think that's my take on it. I think that these smaller market teams just can't really compete with that payroll, which is probably going to ultimately end in a poor lockout for Major League Baseball.
I still feel like a team like the Brewers or the Braves or the Rays would have ponied up a little bit, even just to get a little bit of control. Not so much the Rays. But like the Braves and the Brewers, I feel like they still could have given up, as deep as the farm is, a little bit more to get Scooble for at least a year, or going into the back half of this year.
Yeah, I think that the Brewers were probably the prime location for him. Like, you saw the package that they gave back for the Cardinals, including Frias and Ragsdale, who were just, great prospects, and it kind of felt like an overpay. And we could have seen that, for Scooball. I mean, clearly they were wanting to make a move at the deadline, and they have such a deep farm that it doesn't matter who you're really getting back. Like, that's a serious guy. So I don't know. I think it could have been a missed opportunity on the Brewers' part, but I also see both sides.
Yeah. If I was the Brewers, I would have sent at least a little bit of the farm.
I mean, if you're the Brewers, you're probably gonna have. I assume Mate is off the table, but I would assume that Pena is probably going to be included. Maybe a guy like Burke or a guy like Fisher. I think Fisher will probably be off the table, but I think Pena would for sure have to be in that deal.
I think Pena would have been off the table too, to be honest. Yeah.
I'm thinking of something like Adam Jensky and Blake Burke, and then maybe like a pitching prospect.
I mean, I could have even seen a guy like Marco Dingus or Brady Ebel.
Yeah.
One of those two guys getting moved. I mean, I don't know if Pena and like Adam Shevsky or Pena and Payne are going to get moved, but one of those. I think Pena would have
8 great prospects, and you tell me they couldn't moved off at least 2 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like the Brewers' risk reward, it would have made more sense because now you've got 2 really, really good starters.
And now you have to face this guy in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not even in the World Series. It's going to be on your way to the World Series.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't make any sense. You got those. They're going to see him in like a 5-game series. It's going to be Skubal, Yamamoto, and then whoever the other picks for
whoever's
the
not hurt.
Games.
Yeah.
Whoever's not hurt.
It's going to probably be Ohtani. I mean, Glasnow will probably be hurt, but I mean, Snell's still rehabbing, so he might be back by then. And then
still, like,
Emmett
you
Sheehan.
take the pick, they're all elite pitchers. You know what I mean? And they can shut down that team whenever they want. I mean, any of those guys on a given night can pitch a shutout.
Yeah, it's true.
It sucks for baseball, in my opinion. It's gonna be a rough offseason. But like, we also put a note down like, this is inevitable to a lockout. But like, what does that mean from like a Bowman perspective? Like, what do we think the offseason for Bowman's gonna look like? As the last couple off seasons, we've seen tick up in prices in the offseason. Like, what do we see this offseason with a lockout? It's tough to say. Like, no one's gonna know.
I mean, it's kind of just depends on whether or not you're a glass half empty or glass half full type of person. As I mean, since they have different players associations, you could see, a boom in the Bowman market since, MLB players aren't going to be playing for a year. But on the other hand, it could just decrease the entire baseball market as a whole because no Major League Baseball is going on. And prospects could be stalled in their production, and they can't get moved up because the roster limits and the guys ahead of them aren't moving up. So it could be kind of a double-edged sword depending on, where this inevitably lands. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens it's not going to be like an off-season that we've had beforehand.
Am I crazy to say I kind of hope it ticks down so I can I'd like to see it tick down so I can get some entry points on certain guys, but I don't think for a market see that happen. You're holding a way bigger bag than I am too.
Yeah, I'm holding a lot of stuff that I really would not like to see it tick down. So, no, Colby.
I understand.
I think the market should just retain like kind of where it's at right now. That would be the best case scenario.
So?
Just take all of the suspect stuff and just leave it how it is and let it naturally flow, ebb and flow, up and down, up and down. That would be
I don't think
ideal.
that's going to happen though.
I don't think it will. But
I think you'll see stuff dip like 15 to 20%.
Just like as the market as a whole, or just certain players?
Like, I think as an index in the whole, like the Bowman 100 index, I think you'll see that as a whole dip down.
I don't know.
The names on that are a little skewed, but like, I think you're going to see it dip down quite a bit.
Are people going to really let go of their Jesus Mate stuff and let that dip down 10, 15%, or even 20%? No.
It's not about that. It's about the guys that run the auctions. You know what I mean? Like, if you send a Jesus Mate to auction, which one of you guys are going to pay the last comp on that card? I know I'm not in a lockout situation. There's going to be cards that are going to go up for auction.
But I really don't think people are going to be dumping as much as you think.
I'm not saying they're going to be dumping. All it takes is 1 to 2 comps. You know what I mean?
I feel like it all just boils down to it depends.
But does 1 to 2 comps define a market?
No, but I mean 1 to 2 comps is what we base off of. In that time.
Nah, that logic's flawed, I feel.
I think it could be good for some of the younger guys, like some of the DSL and complex league
guys
who I mean, they're like 17, 18 years old, and they get that extra year of preparation under their belt where no MLB is going on. But I think it could also, the guys who are, like 22, 23 in AA and AAA, it's going to slow their market down for sure because they can't go anywhere. They have nowhere left to rise. So if I had to guess, I think that would be the most likely outcome, where these younger guys who are, sub 20 years old will retain their market, if not go up a little bit more. And then the older guys, let's say over 22 years old, will probably start to decrease a little bit. I feel like that would make a good amount of sense.
Yeah, but I just again I really don't think like your top 10 guys are really going to have any trouble, or their markets are really going to lose any steam or go down. I just don't really see people dumping stuff just because the market is, or just because the games are stopped.
I don't know, man. There's so many different circumstances too. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think people are going to be trying to sell Mike Sirota going to age 24 season?
Probably.
You know what I mean? If I had Mike Sirota and he was going into his age 24 season at a lockout, I'd be sending my stuff to auction. It's certain players. Like, nobody's going to sell Rainiel Rodriguez, but like your Mike Sirotas, your Walker Jenkins, your
I mean, I feel like Jenkins is
Thomas
has a little bit time. Yeah, White for
I know,
sure.
but I'm
like Burke,
guys
maybe.
that are age 20 plus. You know what I mean? 21, 22 plus. Liam Doyle. Like, I'm just scrolling down. Jamie Arnold. Kalen.
Yeah, a lot of these college guys are coming in at an unfortunate time. Like, I feel like a guy like Arquette and Bremner and Josh Baez are gonna see a little bit of a dip. Hagen Smith as well.
Zygor,
It's,
maybe.
it's just unfortunate circumstances for them as
I
a
think-
whole,
I think Hagen will be in the major leagues by then.
probably. But I mean, is that what we want to see? Because if Hagen is in the major leagues and he's on that roster, is he going to be able to be optioned, or is he just going to be stuck without a major league team to play on for a while?
It's a lot of ifs and ands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too early to
But,
tell.
like, I agree, like, that the guys sub 20 years, 21, 20 years old are probably going to retain. But, like, the Seaver Kings, the Jonah Tongs, the Jet Williams.
The guys have already flirted with the major leagues are probably gonna
Carlos
decrease a
LaGrange.
little bit.
Your AA, AAA guys are not going to be increasing at all. And I think you might see a couple of people sell off of them because, I mean, life happens, you know. I don't know. I think you're going to see definitely a whole market tick down.
Definitely
Tibbs,
could
another
be the
guy that's
case.
going to be sold. I don't know. Just throwing some names out there.
Yeah. Well, let's move on here to our next segment here. Talk about some of these guys that we were looking for at the National. Colby, do you want to start us off with your number one guy that you were looking for this year at the National in Chicago?
Yeah. So first guy I was really looking for was Xavier Nyans. I've been buying him pretty heavy. I bought a blue off of Gage before the National, dropped it off for grading. And actually my best Nyans buy, or Nyans, however you pronounce it, I've heard it pronounced so many different ways. My best one came after the National when I bought an orange sapphire on Instagram on the plane ride back. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what high A brings. I was kind of expecting more growing pains. I mean, there's obviously going to be some growing pains in the promotion, but he's still playing pretty well in high A. And I mean, his strikeout percentage is definitely high, but his walk percentage is also high. Guy has an elite eye with plus power. And I think you'll see him continue to excel in high A with a good climate where he's at in Nashville. It'll be exciting to see what he does for the rest of the year, and it's a guy that I'm still going to be buying cards of.
Fair. I'm gonna jump in here on that, Colby. I picked up the same exact card after Colby texted me the play he made, and said, I bought this for this much. There's an auction that's about to end. It's at $900 and it ends in a few hours. And I called him. I go, wait, is this for real? I remember seeing a PSA 9 on the show floor for $1,000 yesterday. And so
Yeah,
I
remember seeing that one too.
Dude,
I
I wish
was
I
like-
saw that card. If I saw that card, I would have probably bought it.
I
don't
was
remember seeing
there, Colby. Literally after I was on the phone with you, I was like kind of running downstairs because I really didn't have much time
best
left
year already.
in the day, and I was like, dude, I've got to go get this card because I think I could definitely like get it way under what the comp's gonna be.
It's an $11 or $1,200 card.
Yeah, stole it for $800. So like,
We don't tell
very
him to pay.
very good with that. I'll say how much I paid.
I paid
So-
more than that for a raw. So
Whoa.
Got a good
Big
deal.
baller
Gage.
over here. You want to go ahead next, Sam, or do you want me to rattle it off here?
Gage, why not? Go
I'm
after
gonna
it.
go blow my nose, bro. This is gonna take a while.
Yeah, so these guys have heard me beat this drum repeatedly. I am huge on David Shields. I really loved what I saw last year prior to 26 Bowman and him getting an auto. He really cruised through low A as an 18-year-old, which was very promising. Since he's turned 19, he has struggled a little bit at high A. He's had some highs, he's had some lows, but I think the underlying numbers really do him a solid. I love the command out of him. He's not like a super fireballer, but I mean he's still rocking a near 30% K% engine. His walks are below average, so I think if he can continue to get whiffs and really settle in as a high A player, I think that he could jump up some boards. He's already in the top 100 on MLB Pipeline, and I think he could continue to ascend over the next coming months here. I really do think that he needs to add another pitch, though. His slider projects to be a major league pitch here soon, but only a 3-pitch arsenal for a guy who's going to project more as like a 2-3 starter. I really think that he could use another pitch, and if he doesn't add one, he could end up seeing some serious reliever risk, and I'm not a huge fan of seeing that. His fastball has been getting a little bit dinged off lately. He's been giving up a couple homers there, and that's something that I'm a little bit tentative on. I mean, me and Colby were talking about it earlier that you're going to need at least 2 fastballs to, be a solid pitcher in this league. So I think that, there's some definite some space to buy right now. I mean, I was able to pick up a true red and a true black in Chicago for serious discounts, and I think that he could definitely end up becoming, one of these like top 50 prospects in the coming months. I'm on the train for sure, and I think you should get on it as well, guys.
I didn't
Love
realize
it.
you had a true black.
I did. I ended up selling it, but
That's why I don't.
made a good amount of
follow.
money.
So you kept the red?
Yes, the red is probably on its way to PSA here in the next few days.
Nice. Love it.
I would love to gem that card because then it would be extra
That'd be a
fat.
sweet 10.
Yes,
I
it
would.
Are you dual
Then
grading it or not?
I could. I think the auto would 10, but we'll
I don't
see.
think it's
what-
I don't think
but
it's
not
worth
really
it for
worth
money.
it, though. Yeah. I just want to gem it mainly so I can shove it in River's face that I gemmed a card that he sold me.
That's valid.
Anyways, take it away, Sim.
It feels good when you do that, trust me. From experience. All right, so one of the 3 guys I was looking for at the National was Steele Hall. This is the one I picked up. I got to pick up a Sapphire 9 auto. There was a True Gold at the show, but didn't get a crack at it, which kind of stunk. But Steele was a guy during release I wasn't very high on. Colby wasn't high on.
No.
But then we got a chance to look at some new video of him playing in the ACL, I think. He looked really good. His swing looked really, really compact and short when mentions of it being very long. And also his power looked like it was starting to pop. Some of his scouting grades he got before the draft, 50 hit tool, 45 power, 70 run, 55 arm, and a 60 field with an over of 55, overall of 55. Kind of seeing that power starting to come through a little bit more, made it a little fascinating for the buy. Also, another thing that kind of Colby and I noticed about it was his cards were very hard to find. You wouldn't see them. You wouldn't see them pop up on Instagram or Facebook hardly ever. So kind of the goal was to kind of buy a nice one to throw in the box, which I got here. So that was my number 1 buy. Managed to get a nice one. I was kind of hoping for like a blue or a True Gold 10 or something, but I'll definitely take a Saffy 9.
Hell yeah.
He's going to be a stud, man.
Little lob on the Steel Hall
Yeah.
Gold Sapphire.
I would have saw Scott, but I do appreciate the lob,
I would have
Colbs.
bought it if you weren't there. So
I'm excited to see how he plays in low A after this recent promotion. I think if he, carries some momentum going into the next season, that'd be really nice for his market.
Yeah.
it's just a matter if he makes contact or not. That was like, I know probably contact is one of his better grades, but it'll be kind of interesting. I've liked his new adjustments though to his swing though. His swing looks a lot cleaner than what it was.
Yes, agreed. It
All
was
right, so what's up? Sorry, did I interrupt
no.
somebody?
I was just kind of chatting. I remember watching. We were watching it at first, and we were like, "This swing is long." It was
It's like
slow.
it was like Tate Southstein. Like I didn't like his swing either,
Yeah.
but he's raking as well. So, but anyway, my next guy I was looking for, which I was definitely a little bit more successful than Xavier Nyans, is Roll DeBrito. He recently got promoted to high A, and he's struggling. He's chasing pretty high percentage. He hits the ball when it's in the zone. I just think he needs to get a little bit more plate discipline. I think he's trying to do a little too much right now. Because, I mean, as a switch hitter, and I think he's predominantly more of a lefty than he is a righty, 296 down the line in Spokane does look pretty good. You know what I mean? For a guy that doesn't pull the ball in the air very much, but I think he's just trying to do a little too much. But these were like the growing pains he's seeing right now were the growing pains I was expecting out of Nyans, and the way Nyans is playing is how I expected Brito to play. But whatever, I guess we're never right. But I don't know. It just seems like the
That is true.
recent thing that everyone's looking for. Like our top two guys are both switch hitting shortstops, and I think Brito's kind of undervalued in that sense. If you see him kind of find footing, I don't think he's going to find it this season, but I think he's going to find it next season. But once you see him to find footing in high A, I think you'll see him his market shoot up a little bit more and take another step, and then if he keeps excelling, another step up. But it's a very hitter-friendly park, so I think if you see Brito for a good price on the dip right now, I would buy, because I think this will be the only time that you have a chance to buy him at a decent price.
Have his prices dipped a bit?
His prices have dipped a little bit. Not a lot,
I mean,
not a lot.
Usually
But probably
when
like
18,
5-10%.
yeah, usually when 18-year-olds get the jump to high A, they tend to struggle a little bit out the gate. It's kind of similar for these younger guys who are hitting double A as well,
Yeah.
but it's
But,
just part of the game.
I
It
expected
happens.
Nines to play like that, not Brito.
Yeah, I mean,
thought it'd be vice versa.
The strikeout percentage for Nyans is kind of expected just because he wasn't, a crazy. He didn't really limit his strikeouts in low A either, but
No.
I mean, he's still hitting the ball hard and he's still walking a ton. So I mean, I think you're happy as seeing a 19-year-old do that.
He's gonna be a guy
I'll
that
take-
just hits 250 with a bunch of pumps.
Yeah. Yeah, and a ton
He's
of walks.
good base runner too. He's
Pretty
gonna end
true outcome
2020.
player. It's good for him right there. I'll take the reins here. My number 2 guy is Kane Keply of the Chicago Cubs. He just got promoted this morning, I believe,
Or
to
last
Double A.
night, one of the two.
Yeah, it was very long overdue in my opinion. I like the contact out of him. I like the speed, and I think he's going to play defense. I think he's going to play center field for a long time. The frame, he's a little bit smaller of a guy, but I mean, that's something I'm not particularly worried about. I mean, he is just an absolute machine when it comes to the runs and the walks and the stolen bases. I think he was top 3 in both stolen bases and walk percentage in high A this season. He's a little bit more advanced for the level. I think he was one of the older guys, in high A. But I'm excited to see how he translates into Double A. Let's see how he can do down in Knoxville. I would like to see him, get a little bit more into the power. I sacrificed some of that walk percentage for a little bit more juice. But even without like the homers and the doubles, like he's still a very productive hitter. Like he's been rocking a mid 800s OPS for literally all season. And the most ridiculous thing is that his gap between his walk to strikeout rate is over 8%, and in the good way. He's in the 96th percentile for his walk rate, and then in the 93rd for his K percentage at 21 and 15% apiece. He doesn't chase or whiff either, and he puts the ball in the air at a very high rate, which is really nice. So I was able to pick up a true black 10 of him at the National, and I've owned a lot of his larger cards, including a true orange 10 and an orange sapphire 10. I'm getting a true orange getting ready for graded right now, so we will see how he fares at the Double A level. But I will pass it off to you here, Sim. I'm a fan of Kane Keply.
I hope
Yes,
he swings at that more.
Yeah, he needs to swing a little bit more. I think he can sacrifice that walk rate a little bit if it leads to some more slugging.
True
Yeah,
leadoff hitter.
I got to pick up a few Keplys too over the National, so it was nice. My guy, a little bit more less known. This is another guy from the 26 Bowman release I really didn't get the chance to pick much of, but I kind of wanted to. I was a little successful. I picked up a Sapphire and a Speckle. I also picked up a True Blue, but I have no clue where that went.
Wait.
So,
I'm gonna see what the numbering is on it. I sent you a picture.
yeah, it is what it is. Like we said, it's not worth much. But a switch hitting shortstop for the Nationals, a young dude born September
Number
9th of
48.
2007. He's 5'10", 170, and his grades are great. Um, Advanced plate discipline, plus power for his size and plus speed. He played very well in the FCL with 7 homers and around 11 steals for I think 86 plate appearances. Um, his swing looks so good on video if you take a look, and I feel that he's a little bit larger than the 5'10", 170 he's projected at. His prices are still somewhat cheap. So he's a guy I'm looking for, like some true golds, a true orange, a true red, really a nice color. Wasn't really too successful in finding that rare color, but I kind of figured so with such an abstract prospect.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I like him.
He was
yeah,
one of the guys that I liked. I liked when the checklist came out. I mean, it was DSL, so give it a little grain of salt when evaluating him. But
right.
I thought that he showed some serious promise, and I think his prices are in a good spot to buy. They're not super expensive, and if you can find a good True Color auto, I think you should take the chance.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
the person that just bought that True Blue at $22. Kudos
Yeah,
to you.
absolute
Good buy.
steal.
Colby, can you let me finish? Do you want me to? Can we snake back my way so I can finish up my last buy?
Yeah, go
Really
for
short.
it. Then we can hit him with his last, and I can go last. Just
Yeah.
yeah, it's chill.
My last card or kind of guy I was going for, I was looking for Topps Chrome Connor Griffin autos. I felt that kind of the price point to where his Bowman stuff still is a really great buy. Unfortunately, I didn't see any, but seeing like Blues go for only $1,000, and I think his first Bowmans are around like 3.5 to 4 grand. I think it's a really good buy. Also, his Topps Chrome autos are redemptions, so I think there's a really good chance for gradability too, as those will come straight from Topps. So still looking to get my hands on one or two of them. Didn't see anything at the National, but I think with Connor, I mean, I think he's a great buy, and I think it's a good opportunity to still make some money. Maybe not just on the player, but with grading or when those cards come out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I think that Connor Griffin, even though he's dealt with his ups and downs this year, he's definitely got some talent, and I think now's a good time to get in on him with the injuries. So, take advantage of that while his stuff is down, because it probably won't stay like that for very long. Now,
All right, Gage, go for it.
I'll get on here, and this is one of the players that Colby has called me niche for picking up on. That is Ronnie Hernandez of the Red Sox. He was a part of the Kyle Cheel trade December when he got traded. If you look at his numbers from just straight up standpoint, he's been one of the better hitters in high A this year, and probably in the top 10 range of just all players in high A. It's been a smaller sample, so take it with a little grain of salt. But if you check out his prospect savant page, it is literally all red, other than speed. Everything is above the 70th percentile, and most of it's in the 90th percentile. You could get a base auto of this guy, of a 21-year-old on a large market team in high A for like $10, and I think that it is 100% a smash buy. You can't go wrong at that price. There's little to no risk, and it's all but reward there. He's listed as a catcher, but he probably will end up being a first base to DH. But so far this year, he's walked more than he struck out by a good margin. His OPS is right at 1,000. He doesn't chase or whiff at all, and he's been pulling the ball in the air at a phenomenal rate. His ISO is nearly 300. And I just think that this is probably the most underrated prospect in the minor leagues at this moment in time. I think he is long overdue for a promotion to Double A, and I'm excited to see when his market gets on fire whether or not his prices are going to skyrocket, because I've been sitting on a True Orange 10 of him for probably a couple months now, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see him get his flowers that he deserves. There's my tangent. You want to go ahead, Colby?
Yeah, well, shout out to Simeon because I just bought a Marconi Herman purple auto for $10. So
Nice. Sorry, I'm a little locked in. I'm listening to what all y'all boys are saying, but I'm watching Scooble versus PCA right now.
Cinema.
All right, so my last guy I was targeting. It is so difficult for me to hold on to this guy's cards. I luckily have some at PSA, but my last guy's Cooper Fleming. He was initially my first, my number one buy going into this, but I couldn't find shit. There was nothing out there of Cooper Fleming. I couldn't find any. Except for some base autos. I don't want base autos. I want refractors, true blue, stuff like that. But I did eventually find a blue that I ended up moving off of for Sparkle. And then somebody messaged me and took my Sparkle. So now all I have is a purple, a blue wave, and a couple base autos at PSA. But this guy, I don't honestly I feel like his market should honestly be higher than what it is. The guy doesn't strike out. Strikes out at a 16% clip, walks at 11%. It's not like he just puts the ball in play a lot. If he could tap into a little bit more of an eye, I want to say, and a little bit more feel for the strike zone, and then understanding what to swing at and when to swing at it situationally, I think this guy could be a top 35 player in baseball. It's just a matter of him developing his power a little bit more. We know the contact's there, and it's just...
We're projecting him as a top 35 player in the MLB or a top 35 prospect?
Top 35 prospect.
Okay.
Colby,
top 35 prospect.
Did you see the True Black at the National?
Yeah, I did. He wanted too much, unfortunately.
You should have bought Matt's. You should have bought Matt's Red X.
Nah, bro.
How
much did he want on the True Black?
It was 700 or something crazy. 700 or 800.
For Fleming? That feels pretty accurately priced, in my opinion.
It probably is. There's just no data to back it up. I didn't really take too good of a look at it, just because I know a couple other people already passed on it.
His True Color stuff tends to underperform a little bit on the open market from what I've seen. I feel like all of his recent True Color sales have went a little bit lower than I was kind of anticipating them going.
Dakota only passed because of price. He said the card was really clean.
Oh, shit. Live and learn, I guess. That fucking sucks for me.
I have the guy's I've got the guy's contact.
I do too. Maybe I'll shoot him a text. I'm gonna shoot him a text right now.
That's
my feel. I've been raging about Cooper Fleming since release. So I'll shoot him a text.
The guy I bought the Serwanowskis from.
I believe so.
Yes.
We'll do Adam Serwanowski next week.
Huh?
Nothing.
But
all right, he's gonna bump the market.
Oh,
that's not quite what I was saying, but I love Adam Serwanowski, man.
King of niche.
All right, let's jump to our last and final segment. Let's just chat about our national recap, kind of how the show went. Happy to start if anyone wants, or if anyone wants to jump.
Let it ride, Sim, because you had a really good national.
Yeah, I thought the national was really good. It was a lot different than last year. I thought there'd be more opportunity to buy on the show floor. I mean, I got a few deals done last year on the show floor. This year, I don't think I got one done. The VIP room was good. I don't feel it was as good as last year in terms of what I was looking for. which was a bit disappointing, but still overall a very successful show. Was able to go and drop some cards off for grading, for graded card review. Got that back before I left. Again, also it was amazing seeing, putting faces to names, seeing people again that I saw last year. And overall, bought the cards I wanted to buy and made some deals. I think another important thing was I was able to move a lot of stuff that it was time to get rid of, and kind of liquidate it all in one day. I'm not gonna. Repacker
Shut
took
up,
it.
Les.
I didn't want to say. I don't know if you just heard what I fucking said, but I don't want to
wasn't
say.
listening. Shut up, Les. Ain't nobody
You're
from
fucking-
Les listening to this.
You're an idiot.
I'm an idiot. All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I leaked the biggest repacker in the game.
But
The
yeah,
tensions are high, man.
it went well.
Colby, you all right over there?
Oh, dude, Simeon just cracks me up. Talk about
You
our
wanna-
box, Sim.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll let
Instead
you
of just
take that.
shutting down.
I'll let
Instead of
you
just
take
shutting
that
down,
one.
Talk about the box.
I'll let you take over on that one.
All right, I'll let Gage do his recap, and then I'll finish up at the end.
Yeah, I'll take over here. I thought it wasn't super packed. I was really anticipating it being a little bit more crowded than what it was. But I thought that I'm a fast walker. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I walk really fast, and I was able to sliver my way through the show floor with relative ease. So I was pretty happy with the foot traffic. I didn't think it was too bad. I thought the vendor prices were out of their mind, like they usually are, and but I was able to get some deals done. I was able to find some cards at yesterday's prices, and take those down with relative ease. I did pick up one really large, nice card in that Kendry Churio Gold Ink, which I won a awesome flip for. So I thought that I had a fun time. It was nice to meet a bunch of the other guys in the Bowman space. Like Sim said, put faces to names, and I really thought I had a bunch of fun, and I was excited to meet everybody and connect with everyone in person instead of in group chats and stuff like that. But for anyone listening who has not been to the National, you have to go to Trade Night. It is easily the best part of the National every single year. If you don't go, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're saying no to better prices and better dealers to work with than all the old heads at the National who won't come off sticker price, even though they have it at 150% or whatever. So anyways,
Exactly. I'm gonna chime in and say it's also get yourself a VIP pass for the VIP room.
1,000,000%. Don't
It's
be
so
like
worth
me
it.
and wait in
Agreed.
general admission every damn day, because it's not worth it. It really isn't.
Or have
I
to
got
be
5
snuck in
daily
by your
access.
buddies every single day.
That too. There's-
Hey,
chill.
So
Yeah, so
You won't leak Blaze, but you'll leak that shit.
you're welcome for bringing you in.
we know
Oh,
a guy.
dude, it was such a
We
pain
know
in
a
the
guy.
ass.
just
It was
buy
so
the pass
tough.
next
It was
time.
just so hard.
Just buy the
don't
pass.
don't
Do-
pull a
do
gram.
your-
Don't
buy
pull
the
a gram
pass.
and don't pull a gram and save $15 on your VIP pass and get scammed.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That shit was funny as fuck, dude.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
buy the
I bet
pass.
they're
Anyway.
probably sold out for next year already, though. So you guys better
Nah,
act
they don't
on
sell
it
out
quick.
until like May.
Yeah.
That's true. Anyways,
Way too early. They sell out way too early. Anyway, my national recap. Number one is Simeon got me up way too fucking early every morning. I wanted to sleep so much longer. Bros, we were up till like 2 and waking up at like what? You were up at 8. And you were at
Yeah,
it
bro.
at 8 too. I was like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Can we
Bro,
sleep
it's
till
fu-
like 10 one day?
It was fucking go time, dude.
It was fucking go time.
you gotta
Yeah, what are we gonna
sacrifice
do, walk the
those
show
couple
floor?
days of sleep, man.
Bro, I
That-
got home and I slept for 12 hours yesterday. And I slept for 11 last
Yeah,
night.
I was running on serious backup energy for the last 2 days. Like I
Yeah.
did not sleep well at all.
Dude, I'm feeling it right now. This is why I'm sick right now. Like
Oh,
yeah,
we're all so
100%.
sick.
We're all sick.
the
We
I
got
gen-
Bowmanitis, as we talked about earlier.
so I fly home Sunday, and my flight's delayed an hour, and I literally got back to my place, or I got back, like, we landed at midnight. Colby, I have no clue how I got home safe that night, dude.
Dude, it's
Like,
Route 9. There's nothing.
dude.
Just the occasional deer.
There was like 3 raccoons and like some New York driver that was driving like 10 under the whole way. It was so
It's
bad.
because
That's
it's so
painful.
painful.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Probably.
no, probably. Anyway, national recap. We had a good national, except for Simeon waking me up too goddamn early every day. We had a great national box. I'm still hyped about that. I've seen some other boxes, and we almost bought another one. But me and Simeon split a box, and we pulled, let's see, a Nolan McLean out of 50, a Franklin Arias out of 10. What's the other one I'm missing before the McGonagall?
The McLean out of 50.
DePaula out of 50.
Paula.
And then a Kevin McGonagall orange auto out of 25, all out of one national box. So that was a nice little rip for the boys. All live on DC 87 right now if you want to go buy it.
Bid it up.
But
Bid it up!
bid it up, exactly. Don't chill it. You better pay for it because I want
Yeah.
my money. But yeah, it was a good little national box for the boys, and
I'm actually going
did
to
pretty
show
good
them
card
right now.
wise. I was just happy to get back with cash. That's what I was happy about.
Fair.
But yeah, it was a good time. Like Simeon said, put faces to names, even though I don't remember any faces or any names. Like, I think literally the only two, I already knew what Will looked like. I'll just remember Gage and Weston. Like, genuinely, those are the only two other
Cade.
faces to names
Cade.
that I'll remember.
Cade?
Cade. Oh, no, I knew Cade before that.
I really didn't.
Me and Cade
but
hung out last year.
Fair.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was
Is-
great
was
meeting
y'all's-
everybody.
was
Oh,
y'all's
BB.
McGonagall-
I'll remember BB.
Was y'all's McGonagall auto to 26, or was it to 25?
25.
25.
True orange.
Oh, okay. I want to find it so I can do
It's
nothing
at
with it.
474 with 22 hours left.
Oh, wow. Y'all are paid then.
Oh, yeah, we're doing all right.
That
What did
McLean-
875? Best offer accepted. I hope it goes higher.
Oh, that's lovely right there. And anyways,
It's like
I just want to thank y'all for having me on the pod today. It was nice to
Yes,
get
sir.
some thoughts out, give some insight on some of these guys that I like, and maybe influence y'all to get on the hype train with me. So
Some people will.
I hope so. It'd be nice
Yeah.
it'd be nice for me, and hopefully it'd be nice for them because these guys are gonna pop, man. So
Yeah, round us off, Sim.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks everyone for listening. Sorry about the long wait. Just kind of everyone had some life stuff pop up. But happy to get back at it. Thank you, Gage, for popping on. We're
thank
excited.
you,
buddy.
We'll have you back on again soon. Yeah, that's all for me. Colb's you.
Nah, I just appreciate everyone listening. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, everyone.